Do what I asked. I'm not that kind of brother. Doesn't sit right with me. Too bad. You work for me. Understood.
Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil. What's going on, my YouTuber subscribers? So you guys are having an amazing day. It's Thursday, so that means we got a new episode of Bel-Air. Just came on Peacock right now. Just finished watching a new episode, guys, and shit. The episode, man, like a lot of things, more things. I can't deal with the feels. But it's one of those episodes that's like, this kind of needed to happen, but it's also one of those episodes that I was just like, okay, now I see where the season finale is heading. After the whole situation where it's like, okay, you know, Will and Lisa and Will and Carlton and everything like that. Now Will's mom is in the picture, and now it's this whole mystery of like, ooh, don't talk about Will's dad and shit, which is interesting because that was like an important plot point and a very emotional episode in the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I'm glad that's coming back now. But before we get into the video, to the review, let me ask you guys a quick question. Who do you think is going to play Will's dad in this episode, in the season finale? I'm going to say, I think the obvious answer is Will Smith. I'm going to put it out there right now in my episode 8 video. So when episode 9 or 10 comes out in the next 2 weeks, we'll have our official answer if it ends up happening. But I'm saying, I think it's gonna be Will Smith. Who do you think gonna play Will's dad? Or we're gonna see a Will's dad type blood? Let me know, just talk about it. And yeah, now let's get into episode 8 of Bel-Air, because there was a lot of shit that went down this episode. Let's go. First off, episode opens up and it picks up a little bit after, you know, the whole shenanigans of the house party, shit like that. And Will, well, actually, it's Will's birthday, 17th birthday. And Uncle Phil pretty much just like, yeah, Carlton, you know, help me be my caddy because you suck. And, you know, you almost fucked my house up. You're fucking up my campaign. But what really, like, hit it home was one thing was Carlton was just like, oh, so, you know, I gotta be perfect and I get my balls grinded to a dust. But Will, he's perfectly fine. He's off the hook. And Uncle Phil literally just like, well, it's Will's birthday, so, you know, just deal with it, dickhead. Even, okay, we can all be like, we all have siblings or cousins and stuff like that, where it's like, we get into some shit and we get in trouble. But then again, they're just like, oh, scot-free. Nah, don't worry about that. I'm talking about you. Don't worry about him. You're in trouble. 3 bunch, man. So now I felt Carlton on that. My matter of fact, it's another episode where it's like, Carlton, he's not being a dickhead in this episode. Stay your non-dickhead self for the rest of the season, please. We only got 2 more episodes. A real thing that made me be like, whoa, Uncle Phil, welcome to Uncle Phil. Because when he was meeting up with that dude he's playing golf with, and the dude was just like, oh yeah, can I get your endorsement? And he's just like, you know what? That family of yours, you know, you got your wife, she's doing painting shit and she, you know, sneaking around and shit. You got your daughter doing those thirsty videos, showing her cleavage, even though that's some sexy shit. But it's just still like Uncle Phil, you can see him running through his head. It's like, I gotta make some changes, shit like that. So I gotta, you know, gotta be real stern Uncle Phil. Which is interesting because I was just like I said, it was my complaint in the last episode, and now it's like kind of being rectified now. But it's kind of like out of nowhere, because literally like the next episode, this episode now, Phil was so laid back in the last episode, last couple of episodes. I was just like, nothing bothers you. Come on, get angry. Now this episode, you literally got him like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, oh shit, Uncle Phil, Uncle Phil, calm down. But then we get to the core of the episode. We got Will's mom. She comes down to LA, shit like that, for Will's birthday. And you can just feel the tension between Aunt Viv and Will's mom. Just like, what is, y'all got something going on, some soul food shit. Like, come on, sisters, you gotta, come on, talk it out. You just know it's coming because it's just like, Aunt Viv, just like some type of resentment between Aunt Viv and Aunt Viv, and it's just like, what is going on? And it, more or less, it's kind of like that whole like, well, you feel like, you know, you're trying to keep my son away from me, but it's also like you're trying to upstage me and shit like that. Come on, where's my credit? I was just like, black, you know how black sisters be. But it's also one thing that now I'm talking about it now, I'm just like, we've kind of seen this kind of debacle done in almost like any movie that deals with a whole black family. I want to, I think, off the top of my head, this Christmas, another one, what was that, Dia's Big Happy Family, it's just stuff like that. Let's say even soul food. So it was just like, I'm much of kind of like shit, Revelations and shit like that. I'm also kind of just like, oh, we've seen this before, so it ain't nothing new. Oh, just, but they gotta go through it. And Lisa are still sneaking around and shit. The moment she was like, I'm in the pool house, he just fucking jumped on him like a fucking leopard. I was like, That might have been some good dick. I'm just saying. But again, the core of this episode has really got to deal with Will's dad. It's like, oh, you know, who's my father? What was he like? And it's like, it was implied that Ann Vi was like, oh yeah, you know, I kind of did something to his dad or something like that. So I was like, did you kill him? But it's just like, oh no. It's like there's some type of secret or something with him that the family just like, Will's better off not knowing this. So let's just. No, it's also kind of just like, well, you know, he's 17, and even Will's like, just tell me that I'm not 7. Just tell me the whole story. And with Will, get it all out there. He knows, he processes it, so that way he's not like fucking 45 and resenting you and shit. One major takeaway also is the fact that Jeffrey and Uncle Phil, they had a nice moment. Anytime we see Jeffrey, is always good. Jeffrey just like, Uncle Phil, who are you? What gives you the right to keep Will's father away from him? Because Uncle Phil was like, yo, Jeffrey, don't let Will know about his dad. And Jeffrey's just like, no. Who could give you the right? And then Uncle Phil pulls this.
You work for me.
I was just like, oh shit, now he's got some balls. Okay, God. Let's see if we get to the end of the episode more or less. Also, real quick, touch on it real quick. Hillary, my girl, kind of flipped it 180 in the last episode because she's just like, you know what? Yeah, thanks. Add my mom whispering in my ear. She's like, no. Maybe this whole thirsty video shit, this ain't for me and shit. But it's also one of the things where, you know, dickhead was like, yeah, did you reach a contract? Because if you know, once you leave here, all your content belongs to us. So give me that 50 G's. Hillary, always read the contract. Always. But then it gets to the head, more or less, and Viv and Vibe, they, you know, square off for shit like that because, you know, it's Will's birthday, she's doing the gifts and shit, and Vibe just thinks that if Vivian's trying to one-up her and shit, I was just like, come on, don't be petty. Then the argument had to happen, so they had a little heart-to-heart, so that's awesome, that's great. It's also Carlton, of all people, is the voice of reason. People. Oh, good going, Carlton. Okay, in the episode off more or less with Jeffrey, like, he's gonna leave this note on Uncle Phil's desk, and you're like, oh, what is it? And then Will comes in like, hey, G, got a favor for you. Find my dad. And G's just like, I'll see what I can do. So I'm just like, okay, this has me excited for the last 2 episodes, because now it's going to be like, we got Uncle Phil's debate going on, because he's doing some shady shit. Also got Will's dad getting on the scene. What do you think about episode 8? Type below, let me know, just talk about it, because a lot of shit happened. It's building up to the last 2 episodes. I'm excited to hear what you guys think. What are your theories? Type below, let me know, just talk about this episode of Bel-Air, and I will see you guys in the next video. As always, subscribe. Until next time.